Hey everybody, it's Cooper here. Welcome back to another video. And today I kind of wanted to have a little discussion about collecting weird items and weird Nintendo branded stuff. And I've talked about this before in pickup videos where I will pick up some of these types of items, but I figured that I would make a full video about it because I feel like it's kind of an interesting thing to talk about, and it's kind of like a cool little collecting tip even, I guess you could say. But I like to collect weirdly branded Nintendo items, and I pulled out a few just to show you guys here. Obviously, we've got the Mario and Peach kids toothbrushes. We have the Mario Campbell's soup. We have a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 miniature tech deck. And then we have a Nintendo Holiday Gift Guide, kind of little promotional free pamphlet with the original box. Now, these are all items that are obviously branded in one way or another with something related to video games. And everything here is specifically Nintendo aside from the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 tech deck, but I figured I would include it just because it kind of fits with the theme here, which is weird items and weird pieces to have in a video game collection. And like I said, I've mentioned this before in other videos, but basically I like to collect weird stuff like this. For one, because not many people think to collect these types of items, or not many people have these types of items in their collection. And I feel like they make your collection a little more unique, you know, having these types of items that you don't really see too often. You know, everybody has Ocarina of Time for the N64, but not everybody has a Princess Peach toothbrush. So it's just kind of a cool little thing to add to your collection, I feel, that makes it a little more unique and a little more interesting and a little more fleshed out. You know, a lot of people will only collect video games and maybe they'll get a poster or something, but I really feel like promotional pieces and display items and figures and plushes, and of course the weird items like the ones you see here, are items that just make your collection pop a little bit, I guess you could say. And you know, they're just make your collection a little more interesting and not just video games. You know, lots of people have the same games, but these are the types of items that a lot of people don't have, which I feel can make your collection a little more unique and a little more interesting. So like I said, I pulled these out here to show you guys, and I wanted to talk about them a little bit, to give you guys a little bit of backstory about maybe where I got them or where you can find them, and just talk about them a bit. So first up, I've got the Mario and Peach toothbrushes here. I picked these up fairly recently from Target, and these were only like $4 each. So for such a cheap price, you can add a cool, you know, kind of unique item to your collection. Just, you know, it makes it a little more interesting. And honestly, these are the types of items that, you know, in 5, 10, 15, 20 years time, people are not going to have these in their collection. And, you know, I will, and perhaps some of you guys out there will, but these aren't the types of items that people go looking for to add to their collection in the same way that somebody would go to Goodwill or to a pawn shop to look for video games. These are the types of items that I pick up when I'm just out doing regular stuff, whether I'm grocery shopping or, you know, if I have to stop at Target to grab something. If I see something like this, I'll grab it because it's really cheap. They're generally really cheap, and they're just cool things to add. So I've also got the Campbell's soup here, and I actually have 3 different style cans. I only pulled out 2 to show you guys, but I also have the backing card that goes in the little black plastic holder to kind of tell you what type of soup you're buying. So I've got 3 different cans. This one obviously has Bowser and Mario on the front. That one has Mario, Peach, and Luigi. Then the other one I have is really similar to this one, except instead of Bowser, you have just Mario and Luigi on the front. So those are pretty cool. I know that I've definitely talked about those before and mentioned the same information when I talked about those, how You know, most people aren't going to have those in their collection in the future, and it does make your collection a little more interesting. Here is a tech deck. It's like a miniature version one, and it's branded with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, as you can see there, which obviously is not a strictly Nintendo game, but it is on a lot of Nintendo systems, including the N64. So this is something that I thought would be really cool to add to my collection, and I picked this up, I believe, at a thrift store, and it was only a couple dollars, so very cool to add that. And then lastly here, I have this little box which holds these little Nintendo gift guides, and essentially these would be at the checkout counter at like a Target or something like that, and they're free to take, but they're kind of just little promotional pamphlets to advertise Nintendo stuff to try and make some more holiday sales. And you know, these things are free anyway, so if you ever see these, and you know, as long as they haven't just been put out, you know, some people need to have a chance to grab some of the stuff out of there and take a look. But if it's been sitting out for a while, just ask if you can have what's left over. I got the entire box with it, and it looks like I have 4 little pamphlets in here to go with. So it's kind of cool. And there's a little color pattern. You can draw a pixelated Mario. So yeah, stuff like this is just really cool. It's either very cheap, or in some cases like this here, it's completely free. All you have to do is ask. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope you guys found it interesting, and maybe some of you guys out there can go and pick up some of these items and, you know, have something in your collection in a few years that other people don't have. And you know, by that point, this stuff won't be sold in the stores anymore, so it'll be even more unique by then. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more gaming content, and I'll see you guys next time.